y'all heard that hip-hop was dead out here in Texas. I guess you ain't get the memo.
Look, it's K.A. beat, man.
We bringing that real shit back. Put your cups up and let's have a toast.
Here's the good music. We probably have to force them just to distribute it. Mainstream polluted, change I refuse it. I know this shit bound to start a movement. This the new Houston. Here's the good music. We probably have to force them just to distribute it. Mainstream polluted, change I refuse it. I know this shit bound to start a movement. This the new Houston. I'm contemplating as the sweet burn. Everybody singing and dancing, now it's the streets turn. Arsonist on track, I set the spark and let the beat burn. Most niggas claiming that they hold and be the least burn. This the new Houston, better make way. This the new Houston, better make way. This the new Houston, better make way. You can't do shit but witness what's finna take place.
Niggas adore us. This what happens when your relationships are polyamorous. Lexi dating Lola, Lola dating Lexi. Both them dating CA, both of them try to test me. Be certain we ain't perfect, we go through our share stress and second guessing all affection. But I swear those girls are blessings. One of my all I need is the weed and the soul. Hit the block and slide the code. Nigga, catch me live in Houston. 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 Be a cold damn hell boy, this my town. Came this far now, might as well get that crown. Near loud to the sky, you wanna get this high. Make the caddy come loud.
Bayou City Reviews, Double, Bizzle.
Yeah.
Like we said last week, Rhino will be back when he's supposed to be. Sometimes life just happens.
Already.
Coming to you with this review of CA, aka Young Achilles, Housoton Boheme. Well, this is my first time hearing about him.
Yeah, I've never heard of him either.
Strong supporter. Overall, going into the project, since I never heard of him, I didn't know what to expect.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't either.
What I got from it was
I feel you. I think he can spit. He had a couple lines that he grabbed me with, or I thought was someone creative or outside the box. Like I feel like Solomon in his 20s and shit like that. It kind of stood out. But my biggest knock, man, with his voice was
but
different.
But see, a voice is something that I'm gonna give you that because I agree. But I'm not gonna make it such a heavy knock because your voice is your voice. If you had a different type of, if you had that type of voice and you were spitting, I probably been able to look over.
I thought he was spitting to a degree. Like I felt the shit he was saying. It was very hard to listen for me because of his voice.
I'll put it like this. When it started, he started with money. Well, no. Well, he started with money, but you know me, I'm always looking at the title. So I was like, well, my first question was, what the fuck is Housoton Boheme even mean? Which apparently I'm not the only person who thought that, because even in the beginning,
in the skit,
yeah, his friend was like, well, what's a boheme? So I'm thinking, okay, well maybe he explained why this is called that. And after the whole Express experience, I was very leery of the fact that it might have been based off some kind of movie, but I didn't get any references from it. So I was like, okay, well maybe he'll explain what it is.
Yeah, but even based off of the Express deal, meaning we're supposed to research the project, or it's supposed to spark someone to make us look into the meaning behind the project.
Right.
I'm not gonna do all that. I'm gonna put it in and listen to it. If I like it, I like it.
No, I'm just saying that.
No, I'm just saying just to backdoor that.
Okay.
So all that other shit, it just fell by the wayside.
I'm just saying, being leery of that was the case for the Express one. I went into it thinking like, well, maybe there's a reference to it that I need to be aware of.
Gotcha.
So, but I didn't get that. I liked how he started it, introducing himself with money.
Gotcha.
I didn't walk away from that introduction like, man, this is an interesting dude that I want to hear what he has to say.
Gotcha.
The first half of this project, I was like,
man,
what the hell?
I was about to say. The set, I didn't like the first half.
Me neither.
Actually, I didn't really start liking it until after live in Houston. It's like his whole demeanor changed. Yeah, because I feel like I don't know if he was trying to give you a mixture of whatever, but I feel like after that, he kind of took more of a calm, laid-back vibe, and I feel like he was a better sound, more of a comfortable, better situation, and easier to listen to for my part.
It didn't take me that long. It took me to Kerosene because the dude, the R&B dude he had, the Trey dude.
Yeah, I give you that.
I liked him, but he stole the show to me. I was like, I don't even want to hear CA. I want to hear Trey just sing.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, to me, walking away from him, I feel like unless he's talking about weed, I don't really know that this dude has that much to talk about. Because I walk away from each song, you look at these songs, okay, Money. Okay, Mount Zion, cool. He went to Dream, but those two songs, I was like, well, I don't know. In my Mount Zion, he kind of like lost me with his flow a little bit. It was all choppy and
and that's what I think. I don't know if it was like in my head it was like the first half was kind of a faster pace, and so I think after the second half he kind of slowed it down and kind of got in like a weed vibe or whatever, a chill vibe, and I feel like he does better on the slow joints.
I feel like he does better on the just straight out weed joints, which were the slower joints. Yeah, which were the slower joints. Because you look at something like Dowling and Oakdale, me being from Houston, I know that, okay, Dowling and Oakdale's a streets and they cross, you know. But what about it though? I didn't really get like what he was saying about the streets.
Yeah.
Same thing with Dante Higgins. I don't really feel like they said anything of note about the street. Houston people who are familiar with that area or about 288 or whatever, okay, that's cool. But if anybody else is listening to this, what about it?
Yeah.
You know, Dreams. I mean, song about achieving dreams and detailing what they actually are. That's cool. But they weren't. That song was not even close to being as good as his songs about weed. Yeah. I'm not even smoking.
Did Higgins go off to you?
Higgins was Higgins. He wasn't trash. He wasn't spectacular. He was just Dante Higgins. He gives you a little cleverness. He gives you a little wittiness. And to me, he outshines CA on the track.
I mean, I damn near think every feature that Higgins hops on damn near steals the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, after Kerosene, he jumps into Amber, which is, he gives you a conceptual song about an ex. Okay, that's not reaching that far out into creativity, but at least I walk away from that song thinking like, okay, at least I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, actually, I kind of, I don't know if I say I like the song, but I felt what he was doing. Cause he flipped like a pop song and made it to, you know what I'm saying, like kind of like a love song.
Like Call It Rain.
Yeah.
Call It Rain.
So I thought that was kind of dope.
I mean, it's not wasn't trash. It was just that it was the song that I could say, okay, I'm listening to and I understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it Polymorous? The Polygamorous or whatever? Not Polygamorous.
The interlude joint?
Yeah, the interlude.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite song on here though. And it was just an interlude.
Yeah. No, I like that live in Houston joint. I thought that was kind of live. It was cool.
I feel like Trey was the person on that song though.
I'm not gonna deny you on that one, but I think the overall song was straight.
Yeah, because I like the interlude because he took that Oliver Twist sample, that I'll do anything for you, whatever. The only thing that stood out to me, and like I don't, not to just really go into like the lyrics so much. He was saying, well, you know, you're not being biblical by having all these wives, but Solomon had hundreds of them.
Yeah.
But Solomon also, in the end, like his wives also had him idolizing other gods, and he ended up losing favor in God, but God and his kingdom was split in half. So let's not act like him having all his wives was just the greatest thing ever, because he ended up paying for it in the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, not to get all biblical about it, just saying. But I don't know, man. Liquid Smoke, I like 610. When he was talking about how his hustle and his grind is not going to end like the 610 loop.
Yeah.
I thought that was as clever as he got.
Yeah, I was like, man, he's creative in his own little way.
Man, that was the first inclination of creativity I saw.
So I said, I don't say think outside of the box, but it's really not too, I don't know. But I didn't mind his bars too much. I mean, he didn't wow me, but like I said, there's a couple lines here and there. I was like, okay, I'm saying you don't hear nobody else saying no shit like that. It kind of stood out to me.
I guess, but to me, bars here and there is okay, but you expect it from a rapper, especially for someone who has 14 songs. You ought to say something that someone else isn't saying. As an overall project, though, I walked away from this with a big ass question mark over my head. And another thing too, this got a little hard to listen to because I don't know for you, but when I was listening to it, it seemed like not the production, but like the finished product of the actual song wasn't clear and concise. It was like, it felt like it was like a rough copy of some stuff.
I didn't really pay no attention to that. My majority listened to it in the whip, so I had it cranked up.
It reminded me of what Tootie was saying about like how I hate.
Yeah, exactly. When I said motherfuckers come at me, because I said the same thing she said. What certain people that shit not sound as crisp and fucking levels and shit. Not that it's a knock, but people notice it.
But this is the first one I actually listened to and was like, yo, this was noticeably bad to me to the point where I listened to the song just to say I listened to it, but I really couldn't tell you much about the song. Because, like, Get Up, I have it in my notes, Get Up, I was like, I don't know, man, like, it just didn't sound good. But aside from that, I still walk away from this project not understanding why it's called Housoton Boheme, if it even means anything. Two, I don't walk away from this thinking he's that great of a MC. I feel like he wants to be someone who started off as going subsurface, but I didn't really feel like he did.
Yeah, he doesn't bring it full circle.
Especially for someone who calls himself a new age hippie. Like, I didn't get any kind of hippie.
That's man.
Except for the drinking.
I think that shit. That's the most overused fucking new thing out right now. Being a fucking hippie or some kind of stoner. That shit's lame.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm over this, and it was a very, very hard, and I was very disappointed walking away from it just because last week I was pretty happy with a lot of stuff that we listened to, and just overall since we've been doing Bayou City Reviews, ain't not too many people I was like, nah, I ain't listening to that. That's not good. But I walked away from this kind of like, I'm forgetting about this one. Representation grade.
Representation, I just don't think is ready yet. Based off of this project. Like I said, a couple of things here and there grabbed me. I wouldn't say it's trash, but it's just nothing to write home about. Nothing really exciting. I won't, basically, like you always say, I wouldn't just walk up and hand it to somebody. Like, you gotta hear this. Grade. I'd probably give it a C-.
Damn. That's cool. I mean, me, representation, nah. Not even, like, it's not even debatable. It's about as clear a no that I've ever given.
That.
No, I mean, like, it's nothing to me. Like, I don't.
No, I absolutely feel you.
Yeah.
I think its potential is just.
I don't even get that from it.
Word.
And I say this too, like, going into like the next project, like I don't know whether this is his first, second, third. I don't know. I just know that this is what
it has to be recent, just because he sampled that Cardi Ray joint.
True, and I mean, this might be the first one he put on the internet. He might have other ones that he put out like for streets or whatever, but this is the one that we were introduced to. So this is where we started his musical journey. But I can't say I'm looking forward to the next project at all. Like I could see myself being like, man, we gotta cover this artist again. But maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised next time.
What was your grade?
Grade, I'm giving it a D. I mean, I wouldn't mess with it at all. And I'm talking about as far as going into it, not knowing what to expect.
Yeah.
If I could go into it not knowing what to expect, they have a better chance of impressing me than me knowing what to expect and them disappointing me. So the fact that I went in there open to be impressed, I came away from it like, no. Even the person that one person I sent the music to hit us back and was like, nah, this dude needs to get off my off my headset. I understand, like that's harsh. If you want to be mean, yeah, I can understand why somebody would say that. But other than that, nah. Anything else?
Nah, check him out, man. See what else he got to offer. Listen to it yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, some people might think this is the hottest shit out there. So
yeah.
Just our opinions. This is what we got from it. That's all I gotta say.
Not too much to really say.
Yeah.
As usual, thanks for the support. Rhino will be back when he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Bayou City Reviews, Double, Bizzle,
Yes, sir.
CA, Young Achilles, Housoton Boheme.
Yes, sir. Smoke. Perfect.
Good evening, please be seated. We're raising the curtains. This show's dedicated to those that are more than the things that appear on the surface. They're constantly working against systems that's forcing our back to the wall, and that's certain. So we take what we can, we take what we want. Who the fuck gon' say we don't deserve it? A star in the making, trying to keep my composure. Shy before I supernova, my time is not up until I say it's over, so pipe that down. Fuck boy, you don't wanna see me rowdy. It's no blunder, my mother made a Stoko stunner. No Mysterio, the flow ain't lousy. That's not the trade. Get up. Sitting at the table, only rebels sitting with me. And raps my label, I'm only catching TDs. An artist with range, get hit from far away. Cutting, hit the baseline J, right in his face. Better get your camera, boy, I'm nothing to miss. Even Santa trying to get on my list. Real shit, sharp remarks, all talk, boy, but that's no issue. Red dot, but that's no Bendy, and you're no Hindu. Lord nigga, third ward nigga, know I'm gon' score nigga. Say we can't smoke, so we blazing up before nigga. They hit the stage, run a J, fuck they gon' say. And when they ask me for my name, I tell them I'm